law?
Of course. Alright. So first, as a bill, the people want me. So I am introduced by a congressman into Congress. And then I'm given to the Speaker of the House. Now, the Speaker of the House determines if I'm good enough, basically. So if he doesn't want to pass it on, you choose not to. If he does, then it's given to the House Rules Committee, where it can either be pigeonholed or it can be sent over to a committee chair. Now, the committee chair decides where I go, and they assign me to a subcommittee. In the subcommittee, I can be marked up, I can be changed, and then if they are fine with it, they send me back to the full committee, where they can either pigeonhole or send me forward to the Rules Committee. Now, in the Rules Committee, they decide limits for debate, and once they decide those rules, then they move it over to the full floor for the House, where they debate it, amendments may be offered, and then they take a simple majority vote to see whether I pass on or I just fail. Alright, so after the House passes me successfully, they move me on to the Senate. First, it's given to the President pro tempore. Then he determines whether he wants to pass it on or just kill it right there, scrap it. If he decides to pass it on, he moves me on to a committee where I'm given to a committee chair. Then they decide whether to move me on or just scrap me once again. Then I'm given to a subcommittee. In the subcommittee, I'm marked up and worked and they can make amendments to me. Then after they see that I've been marked up enough, and if they want to send me forward, then they send me back to a committee where they just decide whether I get passed on or not. Then I'm given to the Senate leaders, which in the House would be the Rules Committee where they decide rules for it. But in the Senate, it's very loose on the rules of debate. So if they deem that I'm good enough, then they move me on to the full Senate. Then in the full Senate, they debate, amendments can be offered, and with a simple majority vote, they can move me, pass me, onto a conference committee. Then I'm given to the conference committee. Now, in the conference committee, it's clearly been passed by both the full House and the full Senate, and the conference committee, both sides work on amending it, and for the conference committee to pass it on to the president, they need a 2/3 vote. Then, once the president receives it, he has a couple options. He can just straight go and pass it, or he can veto it. So if he vetoes the bill, it's sent back to Congress and they can override it with a legislative veto. And then also he has an option for a pocket veto, where if a bill is sent from Congress to him, but it adjourns within 10 days, the bill will automatically die. Then if the president does decide to pass the bill, it's given to the bureaucracy. The bureaucracy is pretty big, but here's how it goes down. After the president passes it on, it's given to the cabinet. After the cabinet determines where the bill should go, it's then passed on to one of the 15 departments. After that, the departments give it to some federal agencies where civil servants make sure that the bill, or the law, is enforced properly. Then it all comes full circle back to the people.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, people.